Self-awareness, the power of knowing yourself. Self-awareness is much more than knowing your name, your birthday, or the things you like to eat. It goes deeper than that. It's understanding your emotions, understanding your motives, your desire, and your character as a person. Like they say, know thyself, else you'll be a mystery to your own self. Today, on this episode, we'll be talking about self-awareness and how we as individuals can develop this awareness of who we are, what we are, and the things that we stand for. And with me, I have Reverend Father Augustine Eleke.
Thank you for having me once again.
You are welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty okay.
So today, we want to talk about self-awareness. You've heard of, some people say, oh, does this person not know himself or herself? Like, don't you stand for anything? What will you say self-awareness is actually?
Self-awareness is all about knowing yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, knowing what you are able to do, knowing your personality, knowing how, being aware of who you are at every point in time. Sometimes people are not aware of who they are. And once you're not aware of who you are, you could begin to live like another person and live in other people's world. But when you are aware of who you are, you're able to know this is what my capacity can do at any point in time, and it helps you to get to where you want to get to.
In a nutshell, you said knowing who you are and what you stand for, knowing the things that you can let go of, or things that you cannot really compromise in at every point in time. Hey, I like the way you said, every point in time. So it's not selective, Okay, so what role will you say upbringing does to a person, or will you say somebody is naturally self-aware?
We are all gifted people. God who created us has put things in us. And also there are things we learn through nurture, by family upbringing, society, influence, and other things, by studies. So most of them contribute in molding us into who we become. But what you learn from the family growing up will definitely be at the foundation upon which every other thing builds upon it. So you can't take away the role of the family in building up this self-awareness and making a child to be who or he or she will be. So there is every need for us to recognize that part. The family plays a very important role. If a child fails to pick up these principles from the family, it will always be difficult when the child goes into the larger society. So I want to say that for self-awareness, it begins from the family by way of nurture, what they have nurtured into the child. If you nurture confidence in a child, you will see the child being confident. If you nurture, strong self-esteem, the child will bring it out. But when you don't, if you nurture fear, if you nurture, things that will make the person not to come out as they should do, then it will be a problem.
So in essence, you're saying our values from, in terms of childhood and everything plays a role in it.
Yeah.
But looking at the world today, there are so many persons that don't even know who they are. You get, like, you just follow the trend. Everybody wants to, everybody's doing this thing. I want to join in. You don't even know, is it kind of thing that you like doing? What do you think brings, this, like, how does it come about?
When it comes to following the crowd, you can be lost in the crowd because each individual person is unique in the way they do things, in the way they speak. If you go to mimic people because you see them speaking in certain ways, you will lose your own person, who you are. So sometimes it's not always about let me do it this because every other person is doing it. People are buying a particular kind of clothes. You say I will want to buy it and wear because everybody is wearing it. Do you really need it? You can actually buy it now and you don't like it, and it means you have spent your money for something you don't like. So if you're aware of yourself, you will learn to say, I don't like it and I don't like it. You walk away. I can't do that and I don't do that. You walk away. People will respect you for taking a stand, not just to be carried away by the crowd. Whatever they say, then you go with it. Yeah.
But since you said, like, having a stand, in a situation where this is not for you, will you say it's always a good thing, or sometimes it has negative effects?
To take a stand is very important. In opinions, let your voice be heard. Yes, let it not be that you're just moved because people are going in that direction. If you feel that strongly in your mind that what you want to represent and defend is something you hold dear to your heart, only you can stand alone. You may be the lone voice, but your voice will also be heard because you are expressing yourself and you know that this is you. But some persons may say, if I stand here alone, it will be as if something is wrong with me, and they will choose to walk with the others, losing
That's
themselves in that moment when they are supposed to stand
stand.
out and show that this is who I represent. It doesn't mean that you will foolishly stand in a place where you know that your position does not count, but you chose to stand there just for the sake of saying, let it be that I
I am
stood
still.
alone. No, you must take a stand with reasonably understanding of the position you are taking. So you must think it and make sure that where you are standing, if it is placed by way of assessment, that your position will still hold water.
That's good. So, we hear, oh, if you can't beat them, join them. Today, we are telling you, if you can't beat them, stand out, stand firm. What are some points or signs that someone lacks self-awareness?
It is all about seeing someone who is, low in self-esteem, and someone who does not uphold certain principles and values that should be said that they are virtues.
Yes.
Someone who is easily
Swayed.
swayed. You are easily carried by emotions. You will just say, oh yeah, let's go. Then
Just go.
you just follow them. So these are just some things you could see. But when you see the other side of it, if you have, your self-esteem is high and you are able to take a stand and stand by it, not like stubbornly,
Or pride.
but you are holding on to your right, then it is seriously a point that shows that you are aware of who you are. So but when you are beginning to get afraid of people, you don't want to talk about things, you just want to go into yourself, move away from certain places, and you don't want anybody to hear your voice, then you're hiding yourself from being who you are supposed to be. Sometimes people can also discover themselves in a flash, and you see them begin to do things they never knew that they have the capacity to do.
That's
And in
very
that
true.
moment, they say, so you can do this. Me, I did not even know that I can do this.
Yes.
So
Have you ever received a feedback that made you, sit back and think and say, oh, this thing that this person said about me is actually true?
yeah, if you are a good public speaker and you are speaking to people, you are bound to be open to get feedbacks. This feedback will help you to know where you can improve on your craft or in your speech for subsequent ones. Yeah, and it's all about our life. People should give us feedback. Even when they don't come to you to tell you, certain things they do could be a feedback to you. It is left for you to read meaning into what they have said, and then you're able to, get the feedback. So sometimes when people speak to you, you must be calm to hear them. Don't just throw it away. I know you don't have a good mind for me. That's why you're saying this. No matter how ugly what they are saying is, no matter how, not too good to yourself what it is, take it in. You will be the one to analyze it and then know what to throw out and what to take in there. No matter how bad any idea may be, there is something good you can pick from there. So feedback is very important. Learn to listen to people talk to you. Learn to even pass some papers around and ask those around you, maybe those working for you, those that are in your space, and say, what do you think about how I do things? In those moments, they will be very honest and tell you the truth. And then don't use it against them. Maybe they now tell you, you're always shouting, and you now say, because I have given you food, that's why you become angry. So you must learn to be humble, to take in those criticisms that may come by way of feedback, and then you are using it to improve on yourself, and you become aware of that particular part of you that you do not know, but others see it more than you see it.
Yeah, that's true. So thank you so much for joining us today. It has been awareing, Nabi. Getting to know what it really means to be self-aware and seeing how we can help the person next to us or even our friends and family members We hope to hear your thoughts. We hope to hear things that, okay, this is what I think about this episode, or these are the struggles I'm having in terms of being more self-aware. We will do well to answer your questions. And until next time, don't forget to share, like, subscribe to all our social media platforms. See you and take care.